landlord that is one mistake away from losing his property. They're one mistake. They're one bad tenant. They're one unresolved work order, so a tenant stops paying. They're literally one mistake away from losing their life savings in that building and losing that building because of their loan structure and whole vast number of reasons. They're one mistake away from losing their life savings. And what I tell landlords when I have that conversation with them is, if when you, at the end of the year, looked at your taxes and you knew you had a tax problem, what would you go do? You'd go hire an accountant.
Right. So
right?
Therefore,
if you got served with a summons to show up in court and you knew you had a legal situation, what would you go hire?
You'd
go hire an attorney
yes,
to help you with that situation. If you had a medical condition that needed expertise in order to resolve it, you would go and find yourself a doctor. Every time I talk to a landlord right now, what I tell them is, in this market, in this economy, in this housing crisis, if you own rental property, you cannot afford to be without a professional property manager. It's just like being without an accountant with a tax problem, or being without an attorney with a legal problem.
So going to defining and saying exactly what a property manager does.
Sure. Property managers, we handle the day-to-day affairs for an apartment building. I would say that at UAS Properties, our clients are split about half and half. Half of them live in Chicago, they're local, they rely on us for expertise and convenience. The other half live in other parts of the country and in some cases other parts of the world. I've got a client that spends half the year in Honduras, half the year in California. And what they do, they hire us to handle the day-to-day affairs, to collect rent, to service work orders. We take phone calls and service work orders 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, to keep their buildings clean and neat, to handle issues related to tenant relationship issues. So somebody's playing their music too loud, or somebody left the door unlocked, or issues related to having a base of tenants,
so
as well as filling
to resolve those
issues,
okay,
as well as filling if a tenant decides to move out, getting that unit ready, and finding them another responsible household to replace the tenant that they may be losing. So we handle all of the day-to-day affairs for our clients' real estate investments.
Okay. Mr. Newell, your firm just recently won a very prestigious award from WGCI, the Entrepreneur Business. We just won an award. We are the WGCI Small Business of the Year.
Right. And this was an award. This is an interesting process. I got an email about 2 months ago that WGCI was going to be having a contest and giving away some free advertising money. So I went online and went to their website and registered our company and sort of put our hat in the ring. And about 3 weeks ago, one of their prominent radio DJs, Leon Rogers, shows up at our office with video cameras and balloons and says, well, we've been nominated as a finalist in this contest. And the way the contest worked, they picked 9 firms to come down to their station, record a 1-minute commercial that they posted on their website, and then they let their viewers decide who deserved the award, which was about $20,000 in free advertising. And so we went down and we recorded our commercial and encouraged all of our clients and friends and family and neighbors and staff to go and vote. And as a result, we were announced last week as the winner of that contest. And we will be coming to a radio station near you very soon.
Okay, well, congratulations. And from what I hear and understand, you are well deserving, and you've proven, and you've really earned it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're really deserving of it.
Thank you.
How many employees does UAS have?
We've got about, in our office staff, about 15, and in the field, which includes our leasing agents, our maintenance technicians, our custodians, about another 25. So we're at about 40 people right now.
Okay. Very good. And growing.
And growing.
Okay.
And growing. And what's interesting, I get this question all the time about, the housing collapse. How's that affected your business?
Right. I was going to ask that also.
As we all know, housing is a difficult business to be in this market. We are fortunate, our company is fortunate in that we are not in the business of helping people to buy and sell housing. We do it, it's a very small part of our business.
Yeah.
We're in the business of helping people find tenants and helping them run the day-to-day affairs of their apartment buildings. So as a result, we've been shielded from the overall market collapse to a certain extent. However, what I've seen is, and that's not 100% true. We've had some of our clients get in trouble where they had bad loans. They got refinanced their buildings over the last couple of years, got bad loans, and they may, in fact, be in trouble, or in some cases, they've lost their buildings. But in other cases, what we've seen is we've got a lot more landlords that win it on their own historically, that always felt like, well, I can do it. I don't need to pay for a property manager, but now realize how close they are. Landlords can no longer afford to make the mistakes they could afford to make a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago, if you were a landlord and you picked a bad tenant, well, you'd lose some money. And if you got into a financial bind, you'd go to your banker and say, well, I need to refinance my building and get some more money. We can't do that anymore.
Right.
If you got into a really bad bind, you'd call up your real estate agent and you'd say, hey, I need to sell it. I'm in trouble here. Can't do that really anymore either, right now.
Not at this time.
Not at this time.
Right.
So what landlords have chosen to do, if they're smart, is they've chosen to find a professional that can help make that building work for them, can help make that building collect the rent from that building, can keep their tenants happy. A year and a half ago, if a tenant called and it was 8 o'clock at night, Sunday night, landlord's tired, got to get ready for work the next morning, called and said their toilet was stopped up, they might think twice about, well, maybe we can get this done tomorrow. Not now. Now, if a tenant calls at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, you better be there in an hour because you better keep that tenant happy, because if they stop paying rent, you're going to lose that business. You're in big trouble.
Yeah.
So what we've seen, where we've had some owners that have gotten into trouble because of loan products that were not the best loan products for their situation, we've also seen a heightened increase in our expertise built around a necessity, because owners are just one mistake away from they're one eviction away from foreclosure right now. And so I'd say that overall right now we're currently the fastest growing property management firm on the south side of Chicago. 2 years ago we took an internal department that used to lease for our portfolio only, meaning used to help find new tenants just for our base of apartment buildings.
Okay.
We took that
properties.
Just for our properties.
Okay.
We took that, we put it into a separate space. We hired a phenomenal leasing director. We staffed it up, invested in some great technology, and we offered that leasing service to owners that maybe didn't need any help, maybe lived in their own building. So they didn't really need much help day to day, collecting rent and taking phone calls and dealing with work orders, but they did really need help finding a good quality tenant. So we took that department, we put it into a separate space, hired the right people, hired the right technology. In 2 years, we became the largest tenant placement firm on the south side of Chicago in 2 years. And I would say
that's phenomenal.
We owe that. We owe that. I don't want your listeners to think that is because of me. That is because of the team of professionals that our organization has assembled. We have, bar none, the greatest team of real estate professionals assembled in one organization on the south side of Chicago, and it is as a result of that team that we are able to deliver the quality of service and that we are able to deliver the value to our clients that we do.
Okay. And that leads me to, why don't you give your telephone number, say it slowly and say it twice.
Sure. Our number is 773-734-4501. Again, that's 773-734-4501. And for more information, you can also visit our website at www.uasproperties.com. That's www.uas, not USA, but uasproperties.com. We've got lots of great information and resources on our website, and if we can be of help to, if you are a landlord Or if you're a tenant, if your landlord right now is not fixing things the way they need to, if your landlord right now cannot keep his hallways and his building clean, if your landlord right now cannot provide you adequate